Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm going to do a mishmash of meals from over the last couple of weeks because I never got around to putting up a meals of the week and I've loads of meals recorded. So I'm going to start off with a lovely roast beef dinner that we had one Sunday, and I'm going to go through quickly how we put all this together. While we had the oven on, we said we might as well put in a roast chicken as well, a chicken to roast. So these are the seasonings that we put in for the roast beef. So that's that pepper and garlic steak seasoning. So we like to scatter all the seasonings on the tray and then rub or roll the joint of meat in all the seasonings. So there's some garlic powder. And then, of course, whatever, there's sage, whatever doesn't get rubbed onto the meat then eventually ends up in the gravy. So it's a win-win situation, really. So this roast beef was half price and the chicken was on offer too, and there's some thyme going in. So we said when we had the oven on, you know the way electricity prices are so expensive at the moment, we said we'd get the two joints, or the chicken and the beef in, and roast all the veg as well. So we made good use of the oven, and there's some Irish Atlantic sea salt going onto the tray as well. This is a great way to get delicious gravy at the end of your cooking as well. And there is the roast beef. So it's a strip loin steak and it was €15.60, but that was half price. So we would never pay €30 for meat like this. But to get it for half price, it was a treat. And it was absolutely delicious. So there we are, rubbing the beef in all the seasonings. And as you can see, whatever's left over will eventually be in the gravy. And then we sprinkled the same seasonings on the top of the joint as well. Now next we're getting the tray for the casserole for the chicken ready. So there's some mixed herbs going in. And it's the same idea with this, whatever's left over at the end will be in the chicken gravy. There's some chicken seasoning. It's a chicken seasoning mix. Let's get a little bit of that in there. Do you find that when you're putting all these seasonings on, then the smells start coming straight away? So we're using some pink Himalayan sea salt. And rub the chicken in. And as I said, we scatter the same seasonings on the top of the meat again, just to get that extra little bit of flavour. And there they are, ready to go in the oven. They're both going in the oven at the same time, as will all the roast veg. There is the spuds steaming, and here are my veg for roasting ready and chopped up. Now I'm adding some goose fat to the veg. I parboiled those potatoes and I'm putting them in with the carrots and parsnips for roasting. So that's goose fat from our Christmas dinner. We had goose for Christmas dinner. We always save the fat from a goose or a duck, and then we use it during the year. I'm being a little bit flahuluk there with the goose fat. And if you're not from Ireland, flahuluk is generous in Irish. But yeah, I was being very flahuluk with the goose fat, but anyway, we have plenty of it. We cooked 2 geese on Christmas Day. And there are the veg for roasting ready to pop in the oven also. And here is the beef out, and we're just checking the temperature on it. We like it kind of medium to rare. So we're going to get this sliced up and leave it rest. Sorry, we'll leave it rest first and then slice it up. And look at all the lovely juices in the tray. We're going to leave those there and we will make our gravy out of them shortly. So there we are, covering the beef, and we'll leave it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. The chicken is still roasting in the oven and the veg are doing lovely. There's the roast veg ready. And here my husband is beginning to slice up the roast beef, and we're hoping that it's not overcooked. And it is looking absolutely delicious. And the smell at this stage was killing us all in the house because it was so yummy. There, as you can see, yeah, we like our meat to be medium to rare. Leave a comment in the comment section. How do you like your roast beef? And this is how we do the gravy then. Add some boiling water to the tray. Give it a good mix around. Make sure you're getting all the little bits of flavour that might be stuck to the tray. Pop it in your pot. And then we do add a little bit of bisto gravy as well to thicken it up. But the flavours are all there from the juices from the meat. There's our chicken out of the oven. And lots of lovely juices from the chicken, which we will save for the gravy. And here you can see me adding the bisto gravy granules to our gravy. What is a Sunday roast dinner without gravy? It really adds to it, doesn't it? And to have the roast veg as well and the delicious roast potatoes. Now I'm getting hungry. We're not even having a roast this weekend. We have my little niece's christening on Sunday. And there'll be a buffet meal afterwards in my sister's house. So we're really looking forward to that. And there is Sunday dinner ready. And all it needs now is a dollop of gravy poured over the top. Yum-ee! Thank you God for Sunday roast dinners. And there's the chicken sitting, and it's going to go into the fridge, and there's like the juices kept to make the gravy for the chicken dinner in the next day or two. This is the next day actually, so there's a bit of chicken, a bit of roast beef, and the leftover veg and roast potatoes from the day before. Here's a chicken curry on a bed of rice. That's just plain basmati rice. Obviously that's the leftover last bits of chicken from that chicken. So it's great to get a few dinners out of one day of cooking. Here's some scampi, breaded scampi, chips, cherry tomatoes and mushrooms. And that was a delicious dinner. A simple dinner. Those were frozen scampi from Lidl. It was our first time trying them and they were delicious, but homemade, definitely the best. This is the offer from SuperValu for Valentine's Day. I have a video up on that if you want to have a look at it. And this was the lamb tagine from that offer on a bed of rice. And I did some roast veg with it too. Sorry, not roast veg, that was just the frozen veg, just to add to it. And this was the chocolate cake that came with the Valentine's offer. And here we have the M&S Marks and Spencer's scallops that came with the Valentine's offer. As I said, I have a video up on those if you want to have a quick look and see what all the offers were. And these scallops were absolutely delicious. They were definitely restaurant quality. Here was a tray bake, a cod tray bake that I was cooking for an upcoming collaboration. And those are the scallops cooked up. So this was our actual Valentine's Day dinner. Myself and my husband had the scallops as our starter. There it is. The kids were all outside playing. We had a tiny little 5-minute date for our starter, and then everyone was in for dinner. And we had the cod tray bake with potato dauphin, or dauphine, or however you pronounce it, and that was delicious. That was our Valentine's Day dinner. Here is a pasta bake with mince, a mince pasta bake. Here is some steak. There's a piece of sirloin and a little bit of ribeye and fried veg and spuds. And of course, our gravy on the spuds. This was a Sunday dinner as well. And lasagna. This was actually lasagna, homemade lasagna, but I had it in the freezer. So this was an easy dinner. Pull out the lasagna, heat it up, and some coleslaw and rhubarb on the side. Sorry, that's not rhubarb, it's beetroot. Here is a delicious pre-Lenten treat as well. We had some seafood linguine, mussels and prawns with it. It was absolutely delicious. This was a meal, a turkey and ham meal that I had at a funeral recently. And here's another quick dinner, just pizza from the freezer, chips and garlic bread. Always great to have some pizza in the oven or in the freezer just for a quick dinner someday when you're stuck. Here was a pasta bake I made yesterday. So there's the mince and the veg all cooking on the pan. I used up all my leftover veg from the fridge. There's courgette, green beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, peppers, all the little bits that were left over from last week's shopping. So it's a great way to use up all those veg and sneak them into a dinner. I added in some, I can't even think what it is. I'll have to think about it again. These were chicken paninis, and that was a rotisserie chicken that we had picked up, which was on offer. So we decided to make some chicken paninis out of it. And there is another tray baked dinner. We had chicken legs with all the roast veg, and that was for the collaboration as well, and it was yummy. And here is a fancy breakfast. I have a video up on this. It's avocado toast, and it was a weekend breakfast where we had a lazy Saturday morning, and it was absolutely delicious. Brought back memories of my time in Cameroon from a good few years ago. Thank you all for joining me again in my kitchen, and a very warm welcome to all my new subscribers, and a massive thank you to all my original subscribers, and from when the channel was growing, thank you all for sticking with me, and I'm so delighted with how the channel is doing lately. And so from myself and from Timmy, our pet crow, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. God bless you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.